All right, Brad, a bit of a tough one tonight. You guys went down 5-0, but a big comeback near the end. What were your thoughts overall on today's game?
Yeah, tough start. I mean, it's obvious we can't have starts like that. Great second half of the game. I really liked the way we played. Down 5-0's hard. It's hard on the guys. It's hard on the morale, but they did what they needed to do to claw back into it, give themselves a chance to get into a competitive game. London's an opportunistic team, right? They thrive on turnovers, off the rush. They attacked the net hard, and we saw that early, and we gave them the opportunity to get up 5 reps. So it was addressed after the first, and I thought the guys did a good job of finding a way back into the game and competing and getting some life in the room.
And the power play clicking, 3 power play goals. What did you like about the power play tonight?
Yeah, I liked the power play did what it needed to do, right, to get us back into it. And I like those goals, not just because they were timely to get us some life in the room, but they were power play goals. They weren't one guy going rogue and scoring the goal on his own, because the players, that personnel on that unit has the ability to do that. But they worked together and they scored them as a unit, and they were power play goals, much needed, which really built some confidence back in our specialty teams.
Dylan Grover coming into relief, his first appearance of the season. What did you notice about his game?
Yeah, I think that was big for Dylan to step in and play the way he did, and shut the door. That one against him was again on us. But I talk a bit about Nick Serzichka. I thought since Benny's been gone, he's done a phenomenal job. He's earned the games he's played. He competes. He's such a competitor, and he works daily. So I know he's going to be hard on himself about tonight's outing. But his mindset and his work ethic and the type of competitive nature he has, can expect to bounce back from him.
I guess, Coach, the team wasn't necessarily as responsible as we've seen it sometimes defensively. I think on the 6th goal, they kind of jumped the zone, and McGurn was able to score. Is that can we attribute that to the fact that they've been off for a couple of weeks, maybe a little rust?
If we want to pull a little bit from that, we can, for sure. I mean, it's tough coming back after that long, but we did string some good practices together, and that's something that's part of the game. You're going to be off at periods at all levels, and you got to come back and find a way into the game early, and we didn't. We weren't moving our feet. We weren't executing. You saw us trying to play an east-west game with a team that really likes to bog down the neutral zone and create off opportunities like that. So, first game back took half a game for us to get our feet under us, but we did, and if we can pull something positive from that, is the way we clawed back, fought, made it a competitive game, and those are the games we want to be in.
Early in the first period, there were a couple of big hits. I think Hoover had one, and Nolan Burke had one in back of the net. But then, in the first period, there seemed to be some pretty good physical play by both sides. But then after that, it became more chirping than necessarily physical. Were you hoping that the game was a little more physical than what the second and third period ended up being?
Yeah, I like the physicality of the game. I think it's ways to get into the game. You find yourself, whether it's giving a hit or taking a hit, you find your way into the game. And I thought, you're saying we were a little more physical in the first. I think we could have been even more so. I think guys could have found a way to find their way into the game, and the little bump sometimes engages you and brings you into the reality going on in front of you and the pace of the game. So there were so many special teams after that in the second. I think that pulls away from really the flow and physicality and speed of the game. So maybe a bit of that lack of physicality like you're talking about could be attributed to all the power plays. But no, I think it's got to be a part of our game, and a way to start games is to get in, get your bumps, be hard on the forecheck, and make it hard for teams to go back, recover pucks in their own zone, and have clean exits, which, watching this game, I haven't gone back through too much, but just freshly from watching it live, they executed clean coming out of their zone using the weak side of the ice, whether it was their D-man joining or wingers filling in wide ice, and we have good reloads. It prevents those plays, and we can spend some more time in the O-zone.
Now, you turn around, you go back to London, you've got, about 18 hours or so before you do it all over again. This was, at the end, and really throughout the game, it got to be a pretty emotional affair. So how do you sort of use that emotion to your advantage when you turn around and play again tomorrow afternoon?
Yeah, I think we just got to ride that momentum we got and gained. And you saw the guys, the compete level it spiked about halfway through the second. Guys started taking pucks to the net hard and making little role plays and driving it and looking for second chances. Where in the first we were standoffish. We weren't winning foot races, little 50-50 stick battles. We were on the losing end of the majority of them, and it just contributed. We couldn't get to our game. So I think that momentum, if you can kind of, the high we did get and the emotion we got into this game, and then coming back, making it close, we just carry that right through and start the way we finished.
Thanks.
Nothing, Patty?